Hold up.
What's up, YouTube? Today I'll be showing you some mods that you can do to your vehicle while you have it, while you're working on it, while you're putting it together. Some of them are easy, some of them are hard, and I'll start out with this one right here. This one's kind of easy. It depends on what vehicle you have. Headlights and blinker lights, those two right there, they are probably one of the easiest things to do, but they're not the cheapest, to be honest. Some of them are expensive, they can get up there, but yes, they can be pretty cheap, and depends on if you buy the cheap kind. Some of them will leak, you'll get water in them, they won't work correctly, they'll fog up. They'll be more money trying to fix than you are worth than buying them. And then you can buy wheels, like I got wheels on mine. Some of them are expensive, like I said, some of them are different. You buy 2 wide tires, they'll make the ride on your vehicle bad. And you buy them too tall, you're gonna have to buy a lift kit for your vehicle. And if you buy them not the right size or not the right lugs, then you just bought them for no reason. And they're like, if you buy them too wide, then you have to put more power into your truck or vehicle, whatever it is, to get the vehicle to go and turn. And then another one of the mods is the radio in your vehicle. Mine's changed. It was right there where that cubby hole is, but it's right there. And this year, make and model, they made that little switch thing you can buy, eBay. And some of them, yes, you have to buy a different wiring harness for it, and the other ones you can just use stock wiring. But majority of them, you have to use a different wiring harness for it. So while you buy that, I'd look for and see if it says your company on there, your car brand, vehicle brand on there, and if it does, I'd buy it. You don't need it, you can just take it back from where you bought it from. And another one of these is sound system. My dash is a little messed up, but right there, I got different speakers in mine, all the front, backs. I put a sub in mine, sound system. I ran that one, and this truck has some pretty good ideas where to put subs at, but I decided to put mine in a seat because I don't have a box to fit under my seat right now. And that's probably that can range kind of high, but if you don't wire it up correctly, you can also catch your vehicle on fire, which is not a good thing, first of all. But if you buy too big of speakers, they're not going to fit. You're going to have to cut your plastic. You're going to have to find some way to get it to fit in there. And if you buy, like those speakers back there, they're 4x6. So if you buy just like a regular speaker, like a 6x9 or something like that, it's not going to fit. You're going to have to go return them and get different ones, unless you want to buy a different kit for that to work in there, to get those to fit correctly inside there, which I wouldn't waste the money on it, but that's your guys' money, not mine. And another one is you can change your shifter out. I had a Hurst shifter in here, a racing shifter, but I was learning how to drive this, and it didn't stick up high enough, so I was like, I don't want to reach all the way down there trying to break my back to get it to shift. And I was like, that's not something that I really want to be doing. So I went and found the stock shifter to put back in here. And some of the shifters can get high up there, but if you buy a cheap kind, they're highly to break in some of them. But if you buy an expensive kind, some of them are used for racing, some of them are used for just daily drivers, some of them are used for muscle cars. So it depends on what brand you're buying, how much it is, and talk to the people from the store that you're buying it from before you go and buy it, and see if it would work good in your vehicle and everything. And then moving on to another one are floor mats. You can do floor mats in any one of your vehicles. Yes, my favorite team is Steelers. Favorite team right there. But you go in there, you can go online, order them. You can get them to fit. Mine doesn't fit completely over here, but if it's just enough that I don't get mud. If I do get mud, it will go onto the plastic, and the plastic will hold it, and I can just wash it off when I'm done. But they're cheap. They're kind of cheap. You can get them easy. You can go online and buy them, or you can go to Advanced, O'Reilly's, Walmart. You can go anywhere to buy some floor mats for your vehicle. Some of them you can have them to like where you shape them down. I got one over there too, and I got one back here under this mess back here. I got one back there that covers the whole floorboard, so I don't have anything back there, won't make a mess. But they're a cheap and easy thing to do. I mean, my opinion, if you want the inside of your car to look good after you buy it, floor mats is the thing to go. It's probably cheap and easy. And then another one is probably lights, like interior lights in your vehicle. You can go in there. Mine's white right now. It's an LED. When I got this, it was yellow, and it was a cheap little light. And down there, you can't really see it, but down there, way back there, there's that light right there. That light is still stock, but if you want to make it easier to see in here, brighten up your vehicle, you're just looking through there, and you're like, hey, my vehicle's not very bright at night. When I open up the doors or turn on the lights, it's not very bright. You can go to O'Reilly's, Walmart, or Advance and find the right size for your lights in your vehicle, in the dash, in the ceiling, anywhere, and you can put them in there. And then that's probably, I can't specify on the range of that, but for good lights, they'll be somewhere around the high dollar range. And another one is, if you want your gauges right here to look good, you can buy a different gauge board back there, but you have to find the right one that'll fit your vehicle. You gotta find everything that, like, all specific things. You gotta see if the wiring will work, everything. If it does, it matches up, go ahead and buy it. And you can place it, and then you can put it in there. This one's easy. You've got a couple of screws to take out, and then you gotta go through some stuff. But this right here, taking this the gauge part back there out, is probably an kind of easy fix. But on the other hand, money side, it can be pretty expensive to fix too, because you have to make sure it has the right wiring harness, and some of them you have to make sure they look good in your vehicle. They don't, it'll probably look pretty stupid to have it in there. And then moving on to another thing you can do to your vehicle is, you can change the lights on there. You can't really tell on mine. It's a little bright out here today, but mine are green back there, and they originally come a white color, yellow, whatever it is. I put green in there, so it's like a little bit brighter, easier to see, and it looks better in here. My truck's green, so it matches that, and everything goes good together. And probably saying another easy thing would be to get in here is probably seat covers. I don't have seat covers because for this truck, if I just buy one seat cover for the seat, it'll look completely stupid. It'll look ugly. You got one nice seat and one seat. And you got your whole bench seat back there that you gotta buy a seat cover for too. And I was like, I don't want to pay the money for that right now. So I'm going through here and I'm gonna wait. But seat covers are another thing you can do to your vehicle to make it look good. Like that bench seat over there, it looks kind of good right now, but if you get up on it in person, it looks terrible. It is worn down. I left the window down the other day when it rained, so it got a little nasty. It dried out, so it's still good in here though. But this seat is all worn down, as you can tell. There's barely any cloth there now. But seat covers are another thing that, like, they're cheap. They can go from cheap to expensive. They can be really nice. They can look really ugly on your car if they don't match the interior and exterior. But seat covers are another thing that are kind of cheap to fix and kind of cheap to like put in and real easy to install if you know how to do it correctly. But then another mod you could do to your vehicle is, like, you can go back here, you can replace your taillights. I haven't replaced my taillights yet because I really don't want to, but taillights are another thing you can do because they're cheap. Some of them can be cheap, some can be expensive, but taillights are a quick and easy thing to install, to fix, to work on, honestly, on this make and model. But they can be very expensive and get really high up there. And some of you, like I said, you buy the cheap kind, water can get in there and they can leak, they can fog up, they can basically just mess up your headlight by buying a cheap kind. So I'd rather just save up the money and buy some nice expensive ones. I still got stock ones in here, so it's still okay. But that's probably another one you can do to your vehicle if you're wanting to make it look nice without totally having to lower your vehicle or lifting it up or anything like that. That's probably another quick and easy thing you can do. And another thing to do is probably your exhaust to make it sound good. Mine's right there. And yes, usually they run straight back and they stick out the back, but mine sticks right there in front of the rear wheel. And yes, you can run them anywhere. You can run them down the side, you can run them straight out the back. You can chop them off right there by the front wheel if you want, but honestly, if you do that and you run them and you dump them out from under your vehicle, then it echoes. And like if you have an SUV, it echoes inside the cab, and then you can't hear your music, and it gets real annoying after a while. You can't hear yourself think. You can't hear anybody talk while they're in there with you. It's just a major problem. I would never ever really use on if it's a race vehicle, yes, but if it's like a normal daily driver, I would never put an exhaust underneath your vehicle. Terrible idea. But another mod is probably going up here. This one's easy. You don't have to really buy anything. It's pretty much just spray paint, but mine took a while. I did this. I spray painted that. I did the bow tie. That's black too. And that was pretty cheap, but it was pretty hard to take that whole grill off. But that's a pretty easy and simple thing to do. Mod. Cheap. Fairly cheap, but pretty easy. And those are probably one of the top 10 around there. Easiest mods to do on your vehicle if you just got it, or if you're just now putting stuff on there, or if you're doing stuff to it right now. You got money, you just got your first paycheck, you've been saving up money to do stuff. But if you go on there and you're like, oh, I want to get this, well, see if they have a picture of your vehicle on there, and if it looks good on it, then I'd get it. But you have to make sure, like, seat covers, floor mats, and like the shifter and stuff like that, or even for your sound system. If you don't get the right box, mine looks kind of ugly right now, but it's just there till I can get a better box for it. But get your sound system, get you your shifter, your seat covers, and your floor mats. You can do all that, and if they look good on your vehicle on the inside and they match the outside, it'd be a perfect way to go. Perfect. Those are probably the cheapest things I've said today to do, along with the lights in here. They're another simple thing to do. But that's all I have today, YouTube. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do. And then if you like this video, I'll probably come out with more. I'll do some better ones. See you guys later.